Lights, camera, action. Welcome to Movie Makers, a Recklessly Maybe podcast. I am your host, Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Eli Stokely
Heyo!
and Brandon Talinger.
Today we're going to be writing the new Oh wait, that just came out, didn't it? Shit! We can't predict it ahead of time. Fuck!
Yeah. So,
I've heard it's not very good, by the way. And I mean worse than the original.
I
like...
didn't hear much on it.
Yeah, but... I mean, I heard it's actually really bad. Not gonna lie.
Yeah,
More...
although a few episodes may have dropped recently, we really haven't done this in about a good 5 to 6 months.
Really?
That backlog is really killing you.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wow.
Been a while. So, just a quick refresher for us. I randomly generate 10 random words, and Brandon rolls a d4, and we make a movie out of them, solely based on the title. Okay, today's words are appear, laborer, impolite, precious, things, victoriously, meeting, yell, blush, hose. I'm sending you the words.
It sounded like you named off like 20 words. And I'm looking at the list.
Yeah, let's see this list. Can we just get a 2 and call it Precious Things and just star Gollum?
Precious thing.
If we get a 2! If we get a 2!
The best part is that literally came up in the exact order I would want. Alright, let's see here. What's the D4 say? Oh, well, that fell off the table. We got a 2!
Precious things!
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Stupid habits.
Stupid habits is the precious things. Can we... I suggest that we make a slight tweak and say precious things is.
Okay.
The precious things. Just call him. He's got just like a pile of rings.
What if he meets Sonic?
Oh my god. Which version? The cartoon or the movie Sonic?
Oh, the cartoon.
Or the game Sonic?
I like the cartoon. He's more sassy.
Wait.
Then I have to ask
Yes.
which one? Sonic Sat AM or
Oh.
the one where it's like Sonic Says? Sonic Adventures, that's the one.
Or
The
Sonic X.
original one from the 90s.
Oh yeah, or Sonic X, that's right, where he's like way more edgy.
Or Sonic.
Oh no, not Sonic Boom.
I didn't even know they had any of those. All I remember is the one.
There's also a new Sonic, the Sonic Boom cartoon.
What about Sonic Underground?
I kind of just thought that was a spin-off of Sat AM.
No. I know something like Sonic and his 2 siblings who are in a musical band need to find their mother.
Yeah, but I mean the character though, like the way the character works seemed like a spin-off of Sat AM.
Maybe.
Like you just put him in a new show.
I don't know.
No.
But I'm only familiar with the 90s one.
I believe Sonic Says and Sonic Adventures and Sonic Sat AM were both 90s.
Okay.
I think Sat AM came in like at the very start of the 90s. Like it went through. It went through like the late 80s, early 90s, I want to say.
Yeah. Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Okay, so you want Jaleel White in there.
Is that who
Voicing
does
Sonic.
the voice?
That's who voices Sonic in that one. I'm not sure if he does Sat AM or not, though.
I know Sonic Underground is Jaleel White.
It probably was him the whole time, then, if I was to guess.
Also, from what I'm reading, Sonic's brother and sister were also Jaleel White.
Oh God, Jaleel White voicing. Ooh,
Damn.
I don't know how well that would work.
So this is going to be a Gollum Sonic crossover.
Oh my fucking God.
Yes. Buddy cop.
What's the Hedgehog?
How about? Yeah. Maybe not a buddy cop, but maybe Gollum lost his rings, and
No. This is a spin-off after Bilbo has stolen the ring.
so he inquires to Sonic to help him find the ring. Because he has such a big ring collection, he figures that he could help him.
No. This is like Sonic has like runs by or something, or no, better, because here's the question: how the fuck did Sonic get into the Lord of the Rings universe?
Same way he got into our universe in the movie, I guess. We'll use movie / cartoon.
So like a portal or whatever.
Yes.
All
A
right.
Rick and Morty portal.
A
Because
Rick and Morty portal. Of course, we need that crossover thrown in there too.
yeah,
Which one?
Rick and Morty.
Okay.
we don't need it, but
We just see, no, they're just in the background like running from something, and they zap their way through, like they're running from the Ricks from the Citadel. It's just one of those scenes where they're like running from those guys, and it's just one of the many universes they popped in through.
the Lord of the Rings Sonic universe that Sonic, or I guess it would be Lord of the Rings universe that Sonic happened to be in. Yeah.
Chaos Emeralds.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh. And then Gollum sees the Chaos Emerald, double crosses Sonic.
No, I got a better idea. Knuckles shows up too, because pieces of the Master Emerald are just everywhere.
Chaos control my preciousness.
This is actually where Shadow is from. He's a creation of Saruman.
He's a ring wraith. An X-ring wraith. That's what's underneath the robe is just other echidnas or whatever a shadow is.
He's
Shadow?
a hedgehog.
Okay.
No. That's oh my God. That's exactly it. Fucking, it's Saruman, right? I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's Sauron. It's Sauron.
Sauron, yeah. Saruman is...
Sauron finds fucking he notices Sonic has appeared in this world and creates a false Sonic to fight him. And like it is like, oh, this is perfect. This will be exactly what I need in order to like take down the fellowship or whatever.
like out of mud. Like, aren't the orcs made out of mud? I'm pretty sure.
It's been so long.
So it'd just be a mud Sonic.
That's where Shadow comes from.
Goopy.
It's not Dr. Egg. Well, I lie. It probably is Dr. Eggman when the original Shadow gets back there. The original Shadow is from the Lord of the Rings that Sauron created.
So are we doing the Shadow the Hedgehog backstory?
And how Gollum's involved.
This is so off the rails, dude. At this point, Gollum's just a side character.
Oh, dude, I just want all this bullshit happening around him that he doesn't understand or care about. It's only the ring.
He's just trying to eat bitch heads and get a ring. Get his ring back.
It's all because Sonic comes in with a ring that he gets like wrapped up in this bullshit.
Oh my god.
I just imagine Sonic running and got like with one of the rings in his hand with his like hands backwards, right? Like doing the Sonic run. And Gollum's just hanging on there, flopping in the wind, just barely holding on to the other end of that ring.
Yeah, slow down, Hedgehog.
Sonic's just like, whoa, man. Do you like rings? I like rings. Here, I got a bunch of them. He just hands them off. Fucking Gollum's still like a swimming pool of just rings. And accidentally figures out how to do chaos control.
So will Gollum turn out to be the big bad unintentionally?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, is he actually going to be the big bad in this? Like, because Sauron's off doing his own shit, trying to make a Sonic copy / Shadow, and like maybe the Fellowship shows up at just one. No, that's right. We're putting this kind of in between, so they wouldn't even be around. But Saruman's probably just working on this Shadow idea in the background. No, the idea would totally be that like maybe Gollum does become the big bad. And like he's such an inconsequential threat to anyone at that point, like specifically Saruman wouldn't give a shit, that nobody cares. But he's terrorizing other like random villages for their rings and their gold to make more.
No, because I think there's something like a 60-year time skip between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. So will this take place in
sometime in between? Yeah.
Somewhere in that 60 years, yes.
Okay.
Also, I think, was it 60 years?
I'm thinking...
Whatever the time period is, either way, that's when it happens.
I'm honestly curious. 60 years, yep.
Wow. Oh my god, this is hilarious.
I'm going to say that Sonic, being the nice guy that he is, gives the rings to
Gollum.
To Gollum, because Sonic probably literally has hoarded the fucking things. And he's just like, I got so many, I don't need them, here you go.
No! Rings!
Ancestors!
Yeah,
and then Sonic runs off and is just like, man, I sure made him happy.
Yeah, Gollum, you're way past creepy.
You're way past creepy, dude. Takes off. Gotta find those Chaos Emeralds.
Oh, so shiny.
He like figures out how the rings have power. He probably assumes that because he had the invisibility ring at one point. But he's probably like, what does this have? Or like he's like trying to chew on it or something, and he gets chaos control. And there's probably a scene of him just wandering around with nobody moving. And like he pokes shit and nothing has. What's his axis? And like Dio, after like shoving the thing or trying to make it move, chaos control wears off and all the force hits the person that's there and they get knocked over or whatever. And Gollum's just like, oh.
Yeah, I also would like to see like the Sonic verse go against the Uruk-hai orcs at some point. Have them fight. But I think it would just be like them shredding through the orcs. Or at least Sonic just ripping through them at like Mach 1 speed.
Well,
just
they're not around at this point, would they be? Like, I'm not 100% sure what takes place during that.
They're being like
period.
built.
Yeah, okay. So this is probably just another. It's probably not around then yet at that point, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, what?
The orcs. They're not really around at that point.
Nah, they're like just being made, basically. Like the Putty people. They're just in store working, I guess, as his slaves until he uses them. But yeah, it's basically an assembly line of just mud into orcs. So he could do it whenever, I guess. Maybe Sauron realizes that, and that's.
Well, I mean that's what maybe the Shadow clone or whatever is actually his attempt at this.
Yeah.
It is like his first attempt, and he's like, "Oh wow, no, this thing's too powerful and too smart. Can't handle this. Got to go with the dumb ones."
Okay. That sounds. This is the dumbest thing I think we've ever.
And you've been going through the backlog looking at it, so.
Because normally we make like an original idea, but this is like the weirdest mashup. This is the
right, Ryan?
Oh man,
I
I'm
am
alright.
definitely going to have to clip this episode somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of like what else would actually be a really good idea here for what happens.
Yeah. So right now where we're at, the
where
beginning is
uh,
probably a couple years after The Hobbit, and Gollum's like eating a fish head or something, and then Sonic just appears out of nowhere, gets hit by. Maybe he hits a tree and some rings pop out. And then
I actually like that idea a lot.
And then that's how they meet.
That's how Gollum just like notices, or how Sonic notices Gollum likes rings, and he's just like, I got a shit ton, here you go.
Yeah. You go, buddy. Hey, whatever floats your boat. Yeah. Then after that, I guess.
Yeah, and then after that is just him like discovering chaos control.
Mhm.
And like that whole thing.
Just them two hanging out for a bit
Yeah, right.
until he sees
I
something.
was like, oh man, you like
shiny.
fish? Hold on, I can get you some.
Yeah.
Hold on just a minute, and I know that people might be typing in the comments box, but you need a Chaos Emerald to do Chaos Control.
Okay. Yeah, then what the fuck good are the rings?
I think just to give him a buffer from not dying.
And I know if you have enough rings, you can go supersonic.
I thought that was
Yeah.
having the 7 Chaos Emeralds that did that.
Yeah, that.
In the lore of the game, you need 7 emeralds and 50 rings.
Oh, 50 rings.
That's in the lore of the games. What else? Sonic rings. What do they do? Oh my god, there's such a giant ass backlog of what. Here we go. Functionality. Often the most common item in the game. Yada yada yada. Off ramp springs. Blah blah blah. What happens disappears. Most recognizable. Blah 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 blah. If we want to take the Sonic lore from the movies, that's also how they make a portal.
Oh.
There was also, wasn't that also in like Sonic 06 where like you would get to a big ring and it would portal you out, or the end of a course in some of the other ones and you'd go to a new level?
Yeah, dude, that was like the 3D levels that you did in Sonic.
Yeah, they're like portals.
Yeah. Or it'd make more sense for Sonic just to have one ring or something, maybe. And that's where the conflict is.
I do like the idea of Sonic hitting a tree and him losing rings.
Yeah, it seems too good.
Oh, hold on. So here's the actual definition from the comics, I think. They're not a natural phenomenon. They're an energy conduit that a human scientist named who cares creates to serve a safe alternative to fossil fuels that pollute the planet. So they're energy.
Oh, the more you know. Do the more you know sound effect here.
Already playing on it.
In contrast with the frequent use in the Archieverse, the power rings, referred to as gold rings, or erroneously as Mobius rings, have a relatively small role in the continuity of the Sonic comic with a few direct appearances, although they have been indirectly important in affecting several other characters and events. The rings were originally a component of the ROCC, orbiting around the system, and so preserving a harmonious, tranquil, flowing course and circuit which neutralized radiation. Oh shit, I didn't know the Chaos Emeralds were radioactive. Apparently they are. The warping effect of the ROCC's destruction also scattered the power rings across Mobius, as well as translating the Chaos Emeralds to the special zones, of course, creating Dr. Robotnik. Interesting. Over the course of his adventure, Sonic collected nearly all the power rings, physically absorbing them into himself as each one dematerializes on contact. Each ring was oh my god. How freaked out would Gollum be if the ring merged with himself, or would he just be orgasming constantly?
I think Gollum would be scared at first that he couldn't see it, but once he realized the ring is now a part of him,
He could feel it inside him.
yes.
Physically absorbing them into himself, each one dematerialized. Each ring was imprinted with a minute fragment of power that they had channeled and drained in the ROCC. These infusions augmented and enhanced Sonic's abilities. Okay, so it would increase Golem's abilities, whatever those may be. Useful when fighting Robotnik, but an excess of ring energy also contaminates Sonic with lifelong curse. Oh, weird. Of Supersonic. It's a curse? His early transformations were fueled by the stockpiles of energy accumulated while collecting the power rings. The power rings today are thought to have been mostly accounted for, either absorbed or destroyed. Only one is known to exist. Dr. Kintober's mind and personality were, psychically imprinted on the ring during the destruction. Then preserved as a master copy.
Kintober?
Yes.
Robotnik backwards, oh my god.
Yes, it is. Yeah, okay. So, I did not think Supersonic was a curse. That's weird to consider that. So maybe the rings and the Chaos Emeralds are here, and thus we get fucking Super Golem.
Oh my god.
Dude, yes.
Yes?
Like in the background, Robotnik's clearly here trying to do it. Like during a fight or something, like Golem has grabbed all these rings or whatever because he's been obsessed, right? In the background, Sonic and Robotnik are fighting, and they lose like all the Chaos Emeralds or whatever. And Golem just picks one up, and you suddenly get Super Golem happening. Just Super Golem just goes nuts with power.
Well, Robotnik, you deal with him. Later.
Like, oh man, what are we gonna do, Robotnik? This is nuts! Again, even more interesting, actually, because the power rings are supposed to enhance, like, their abilities, maybe it's also causing Golem to just, like, lose his shit with Smeagol as well.
Okay.
Just going back and forth, the more of those rings he's collecting, but his obsession means he needs to. And when he's got the Chaos Emeralds, it just breaks, and he's constantly shifting back and forth. Actually, no. What about this? What if, like, gathering all the Chaos Emeralds, at least in Golem's case, merges the personalities?
Oh!
Like, he still kind of talks like Golem, but he's got, like, Smeagol's general intelligence.
Oh, I like that.
And Smeagol is also corrupted by Golem and, like, just the lust for more. And so for, I don't know, for a while, I guess, we have, like, him taking over and just having people mine and try to recreate the power rings. Like, he's not smart enough to realize that these things aren't just regular gold rings. Like, there's something special about them, but he keeps trying and failing to recreate them. By using other people's labor. And then you have, like, maybe after that moment of him, like, fully taking over, we get, like, Sonic's POV of just being like, I gotta fucking stop this, man. This has gone way too far. This is way past cool. And we have, like, a Robotnik Sonic team up to bring down Super Golem.
Will this... Okay, although it's Jaleel White, will this be Jimmy Carrey Robotnik?
I'm going to say no. Here, how about this part, too? We have Sauron helping. Because Sauron and Robotnik at some point have been chatting with one another. And this is where Sauron tries to put the whole mud shadow thing into effect and uses it as a trial run to help them bring down Smeagol, because Smeagol at this moment is going to be a problem. Maybe not the biggest threat, but definitely a massive annoyance he'd rather nip in the bud.
Okay.
So you have this new shadow that pops up, and Sonic's just like, what the heck's this guy? And he's just like, I'm you, but better. And more edgy. I'm simply here to follow my master's orders. And you just have Robotnik coming in, like, having this magical / mechanical shit, like mecha or whatever, to help out. And they all go in to take down Smeagol, and we have this big, massive fight. Shadow goes a bit rogue, and that's when Sauron realizes, I can't make them this smart. Recreating this thing was a bad idea, but I can use it as, like, I can use the general process to create the orcs later, right?
Yes.
And then, like, obviously Shadow goes a bit rogue, starts getting fucked around with thanks to the Chaos Emeralds or whatever that Smeagol has. Eventually, they do end up beating them. I don't know exactly how it goes. Maybe Sonic manages to get his hands on a Chaos Emerald and starts going supersonic, or like beats some rings out of Smeagol and then just use those in combination to get to be supersonic. And hell, maybe Eggman gets one of the emerald, like gets some of the power rings in order to power himself up, right? And they bring him down. But before that, like right before the end, we get an Aku-esque moment of like, my shit's nearly gone, like all my energy's nearly out, but I'm gonna throw them back into their own world.
Okay, I like that.
And they all go, including like the Mud Shadow thing, right?
Yeah.
Which is what Robotnik then uses to start cloning more shadows later in his world.
Oh, I like that.
Like we probably get a final part of like Sonic and Robotnik fighting. Sonic manages to like wrestle away the Chaos Emeralds from him and get them scattered or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But you have Robotnik with his consolation prize of the Mud Shadow. And then in the meantime, you have Gollum just being like, my answers. And he like just gathers up what little fake, like not fake, but like the false power rings he can find, and like scrambles off into his old mountain home. And like the merging of the personalities has been shattered without the Chaos Emeralds to like try and hold it together.
Okay.
And then we lead on into the Fellowship of the Ring and all those other original Lord of the Rings movies.
I love this idea. It's
and obviously it helps boost all of them. Like all of the stories, it helps push them all forward.
Yeah. This is so stupid. I love
it. It's so stupid, but it works. My princess, my precious.
Oh, yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
So it seems like the lights are coming on and the credits are rolling.
Oh, boy.
Get your shoes unstuck from the floor.
Peel that gum off, man.
Yep. Somebody spilled soda underneath there. You gotta tell the clerk to clean that up.
Maybe get a free refill of popcorn on your way out.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess until we make another movie, we will talk to you later.
Yeah. Rewind.